project deals with sports betting, which is a staple in American culture. Whenever we have sporting events like the Super Bowl, for instance, bets have always been typically placed on the winning team. And this is just a fundamental facet of our culture. And it is rather unfortunate to see uh, there being various laws that impede this fundamental component of American culture. Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban is against the laws that impede sports betting. He's entirely for sports betting, and he's even said that the laws against sports betting are unconstitutional and they take away from the nature of sports, which are intended for recreation and fun. Adam Silver has also expressed his disapproval of sports betting, and he is the current commissioner of the NBA. He recently said that he wishes for sports betting to be legal in all 50 states, and not just in New Jersey and Nevada, because it is only if it is healthy. In 1992, amidst a growing panic over gambling in the United States, Congress passed PAPSA, or the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act of 1992, which effectively banned sports gambling in almost all states with a few notable exceptions. After the passage of the law, despite its initial support, states that wanted more tax revenue sources began to try to overturn the law. The leader in this case was New Jersey, which had already significant numbers of casinos and other gambling establishments in Atlantic City, aka the Las Vegas of the East. In 2011, voters passed a referendum to amend the state constitution to allow sports gambling, and in 2012, New Jersey passed the Sports Gambling Act, which allowed sports gambling at specific gambling establishments statewide. Due to the illegality of the state under PAPSA, NCAA, MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL sued in New Jersey to stop the law from becoming effective. The case made it all the way to the Third Circuit Appeals Court, but New Jersey lost at every level, and the Supreme Court refused to hear the case, invalidating the state law and preventing New Jersey from legalizing sports gambling. In an attempt to evade the previous court decision, New Jersey passed a modified version of the previous law. Although it would achieve the same purpose, this new version of the law repealed New Jersey laws to ban sports gambling instead of repealing it, by initially making the law under PAPSA. New Jersey was again sued by the same 5 leagues, and the case once again made it to the appeals court, but this time the Supreme Court agreed to hold New Jersey's appeal, setting the stage to finally make a decision on the constitutionality of PAPSA. New Jersey's defense in the case focused on the 10th Amendment. The 10th Amendment states that powers not explicitly given to the federal government or not given to the states are reserved to the states respectively. The amendment is primarily used to invalidate laws under the anti-commandeering principle, which applies to laws that force states to enforce federal laws. PAPSA makes it legal for any government entity to legalize sports gambling and does not explicitly ban sports gambling on the federal level, likely because the federal government does not have the power to explicitly regulate it. Under this argument, New Jersey argued that PAPSA violated the 10th Amendment. The League's argument focused on the Supremacy Clause of the Constitution, which claimed that the claim overrode the New Jersey's law, and the Commerce Clause, which they claimed gave Congress the power to regulate sports betting. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments in December 2017, and more than 5 months later, the Supreme Court ruled 7-2 to overturn the relevant clause of PAPSA, and made the 6-7 to overturn the entire law, citing the anti-commandeering principle because the law specifically regulated the power of the states to make laws without actually regulating the conduct of individuals. Justice Kennedy challenged the unusual nature of the statute by stating that the citizens in Jersey have to bind to the law the state does not want to force, but the government forces them to. He also criticized PAPSA because it blurred the institution of federalism by advocating for the states' rights. 2 justices dissented and claimed the decision to overturn the law was excessive, including Justice Sotomayor. The case proved to be the culmination of 2 attempts by New Jersey legislature after voters rallied for a referendum. The will of the people to engage in sports betting has been thwarted by the PAPSA, a law that prohibits states from authorized sports betting. The ruling in the case is likely to have significant effect on sports gambling in the United States. Sports gambling could grow to become $1 billion market and could be legal in more than half the states in 5 years, thus becoming a billion-dollar industry. Sports betting may have already been becoming popular, but now it is more likely than ever that it will become a major market in the United States, garnering immense amount of revenue. My personal reaction is that sports betting should be allowed and there should not be any constraints on it. I personally believe that sports betting is part of the sports tradition in America, and there's no reason for it to be impeded in any way, shape, or form. I do not believe that Nevada and New Jersey should be the only states available to do it, because that eliminates some of the revenue that could be attained by the industry, and also can ruin the basic fun nature of sports. And by thwarting it, it kind of resembles a sort of domination that the state and federalism has over the concept of sports, which is a private entity. So I think it should be left to the public to do whatever they want with regards to sports betting. And I do definitely believe that I'm in accordance with the decision by the Supreme Court and limiting sports betting to certain states is some completely unconstitutional.